The following contest, it is a singles bout set for one fall. This is the NGW Women's Championship Qualifier. Introducing first.
A slight change in what we had planned to have here tonight, because we know that it was going to be Lizzy Evo against Alexxis Falcon to determine the first ever NGW Women's Champion, but Falcon now on the shelf with a long-term injury. We wish her well with her recovery, and our executive producer, Mark the Beast Labbett, choosing in Falcon's place two of the finest wrestlers in the country to compete for the chance to face Lizzy Evo later on tonight. The first of them, a champion in no fewer than 10 other promotions nationwide. She is Nina Samuels.
No stranger to gold. She's got more gold than a pawnbroker's shop. And if you're going to select a new potential challenger, you want to select the best. Nina Samuels is that.
And introducing her opponent.
What we doing? Game time. Let's go. You know what I'm doing.
Is truly
You talk about talent, you talk about people who deserve to be a champion. You're talking about this woman, Rhio, back in NGW.
As you said before, Dave, heartbreaking for Alexxis Falcon, but what an opportunity for these two women. Rhio, an absolute star on the British wrestling scene.
Rhio, if it were to be her who faced Lizzy Evo later, does have a bit of history with Evo. Rhio came out last year when Evo was launching an attack on Alexxis Falcon and saved Falcon from a vicious beatdown. So there's plenty of ill will between those two, but there's plenty of ill will between Nina Samuels and just about everyone she meets, because there is a real arrogance to the self-proclaimed star of the Nina Samuels show.
It's her show, we're just living in it. It's only arrogance if you can't back it up, and Nina Samuels does that every single time she steps between these ropes. You've got to wonder whether Rio's going to be able to channel some of that fury, some of that animosity that she's felt with every competitor here in NGW into this opportunity to qualify, to go on, to challenge for the Women's Championship.
Well, it looks like the woman who's going to face the winner of this match might be coming out here.
You want to get a front row seat?
It's Lizzy Evo.
This is smart from Evo.
Evo was popular as ever among the NGW fans, who are asking in large numbers why she's here. I think she's demanding Stevie Aaron's seat. I think one of our crew has brought her own seat, so Stevie can still sit down, but in any case, it looks like Evo is indeed going to try and get a close-up look at the two potential opponents for later on tonight.
I actually think that seat is much better. It's got a much better vantage point. She can see directly into the ring and see exactly how these two are going to operate, get that kind of intelligence that she can then use for whoever it is that's going to end up facing her for that belt.
And of course, Evo will have something of an advantage in that whoever she faces will have already competed tonight. Very similar in some ways to the advantage that the challengers are going to have over Matt Myers in that NGW Championship match, except that their advantage might be even more after what happened at the hands of Brady Phillips a few moments ago. We don't know if Matt Myers is even going to be able to compete, if he's even going to be able to defend his title in the other half of our double main event tonight. But we do know that one of these two will face Lizzy Evo, and only one woman can make history as the first ever NGW Women's Champion. Samuels being asked for a clean break by the referee. She does so, a little push on the chest afterwards. This one getting heated early between Samuels and Rhio.
I wonder whether or not these two have seen in that original match what happened to Myers. They're going to use that in their strategy, trying to avoid that kind of injury. Maybe take a few less risks, alter their offense, protect themselves.
Samuels was trying to send Rhio to the ropes there to escape that side headlock, but Rhio smartly put a knee down to put the brakes on, and now a headlock takedown by Rhio. Samuels needs to be careful that her right shoulder doesn't go down, but instead she changes the position and had Rhio down for a 2 count. You've got 2 women here, both of them so very talented, so very experienced that if either of them loses concentration for a second, their opponent could sneak a 3 count, just like Samuels nearly did.
They know exactly how to take advantage of every opportunity. These are ring veterans. They know all of the skills, the tricks.
Stalemate there on that double shoulder block, and same again. Neither woman giving an inch here. And Samuels is inviting Rhio to go to the ropes. She doesn't need asking twice, but Samuels once more refusing to move.
Showing her own strength. She's not one to be taken for a fool.
Maybe she was, because Rhio followed her to the ropes, and a shoulder block from Rhio taking Samuels down. Rhio bringing down that clubbing blow across the shoulder blades. Samuels vulnerable in the center of the ring here. Rhio goes to the ropes a second time. It's a leapfrog by Samuels. Samuels looks for the hip toss. Instead grabs a front face lock. Nina Samuels just trying to do what she can to control the offensive efforts here by Rhio.
Rhio showing a strong, solid foundation, absolute pillar of strength that she is. Samuels has got to do everything she can to weaken Rhio, to maybe choke some of the air out of her, make her, even the rush of blood to the head from the position that they're in, anything she can do to try and shake those foundations.
I think that's absolutely right. You can see Samuels is very clearly trying to wear Rhio down, cartwheel.
I mean, the athleticism on Samuels is just...
Yeah, Samuels has a background in dance, in gymnastics. She's a very athletic competitor, and that's what's helped her to win so many championships. But it doesn't matter how many championships you've won when you take a knee to the jaw and then a drop kick to the back like she just took from Rhio.
Didn't quite work there, but agility is a great tool to use against strength. So smart from Samuels, but isn't she always?
Rhio with the crowd here in Hull City Hall firmly behind her, as Rhio going to dive between the middle and bottom rope, wiping out Samuels on that hard floor.
That was what I was saying a minute ago about not taking risks. Apparently this championship means, this opportunity means this much to Rhio, to Samuels, to any women watching this match right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, one woman who's certainly watching it, you can see her in the middle of your screen there, Lizzy Evo, I'm sure, very happy with what she's seeing, because both Samuels and Rhio are taking significant damage in their efforts to earn the opportunity to face Evo later on. Drop toe hold from Samuels, sending Rhio throat first onto the middle rope. Now Samuels, look at her, there's a vicious side to Nina Samuels as she puts the boot into Rhio.
Again, it's not hesitating, there's no question, she's going right in there trying to drive the energy out of Rhio.
Evo looking on quizzically. His facial expression as though butter wouldn't melt. Samuels picking up Rhio. And now sends her face first into the turnbuckle. Nina Samuels starting to unload some of the heavy artillery, those boots. Right to the midsection now, choking her out. That's illegal, and referee having words with Samuels.
She stopped, didn't she? At the end of the day, she knows exactly how to use the rules of the game to her advantage. She had a 5 count, she used all of it.
Yeah, bend the rules, don't break the rules. Samuels is a real expert in taking things as far as she can. gaining every small advantage, however unethical it might seem, as Rhio decides to escape to the outside and just buy herself a little bit of time here.
There is a beautiful gold belt on that platform up at the top of the stage. Ethics goes out of the window in the pursuit of gold, as far as I'm concerned.
That's nice to learn something about your moral fibre as well.
Yeah, I watched the Nina Samuels show.
Rhio is going to get into the ring before the referee can get anywhere near that count of 10, but Samuels putting the boot in again. It was kind of out the frying pan into the fire there for Rhio, and Samuels picks her up. Again, is going to send her into the turnbuckle.
Rhio really has to find something, any energy reserve left. That big boot might just be it.
Rhio goes to the ropes here. Rhio avoiding Samuels and firing back with the crossbody. Kick out on 2.
But that was just as smart. She went immediately into the cover there, not letting Samuels catch any amount of breath, but then faces the ref in shock at not getting the 3, giving Nina an inch. She will take a mile.
Again, you see Samuels just trying to wear down Rhio. That has been a tactic from Samuels really since the opening bell.
And you can't blame her, because Rhio just took her eye off the ball. You cannot do that in a match of this stakes.
I think our executive producer, Mark Labbett, has played a blinder here, choosing these two of the finest women's wrestlers in the world today.
Both definitely deserving of the opportunity.
Samuels, the hook of the right leg, and a kick out from Rhio. As again, these two continue to battle for the chance to face Lizzy Evo later on tonight. Double duty for whoever wins this one.
Hero's got to be pleased even at the covers that Nina Samuels do, because every kick out requires a certain level of energy, moxie, taking it out of her challenges.
Rhio trying to fire back here against Samuels, but Samuels is going to look for Starstruck.
This could be it.
They're up on the shoulders. If she hits that Starstruck, that knee would take out Rhio, but Rhio found a way out and quickly regained the upper hand. Rhio now, fireman's carry on Nina Samuels. Samuels escapes out the back door, shoves Rhio away. Rhio goes behind again, shoves her to the ropes. Pace quickening between these two. The spinning heel kick from Rhio. Samuels goes down. Rhio looking for the chance to advance, and Samuels not very convincingly got that right shoulder up, but she did enough.
And again, close to the rope, the ring awareness. She was aware that she could reach for it, try and get under the rope to kick out. You were talking about pace, Rhio quickening up the pace. She knows she needs to get this over with as quickly as possible so that she can recover, because it's double duty. They're going to have to wrestle again.
Inside cradle from Samuels. Talking about keeping that concentration, because at any moment either woman could win this. Rio's going to try and win it here.
All it takes is 3 seconds.
Again, both women just trying to get those shoulders down by any means necessary. Samuels suffering a backslide there, only just got out before 3.
I really thought she had it there, Rhio. Her strength keeping those shoulders to the ground is no mean feat.
Roundhouse kick there from Samuels, and Samuels with the back of her heel down on the skull of Rhio. Samuels sits down on the shoulders. Rhio kicks out anyway, and still we go on.
I just don't see how Rhio has anything left in the tank. At this point, Samuels has been so dominant, forcing Rhio to use every tool in her arsenal, speed, strength, but it's not been enough.
Samuels once more, I think, is going to look for Starstruck. Couldn't get it a few moments earlier. Has she weakened Rhio enough? No, she hasn't. Back body drop, frees up Rhio. Rhio with a headbutt right to the jaw of Nina Samuels. Rhio, fisherman's neck breaker. Rhio with the pin, and Rhio advances to face Lizzy Evo.
Here is your winner, and advancing to the championship match later this evening. She is truly unbreakable, Rhio.
Rhio's on a mission tonight to make history, and she's half the way there. She's beaten Nina Samuels. Can she do it again later against that woman, Lizzy Evo?
I was going to say, just look over her shoulder, because that is what's facing her later on tonight. The tenacity, it turned out, was key.
Well, hold on though. Why is Evo getting in the ring? The match isn't happening right now.
Well, I don't know. This is a night of impromptu matches. Maybe it is. Maybe Evo wants to go right now. That would be smart.
Evo, I think, is saying, I think that's exactly what she's saying. She wants to go now. Of course she does, because Rio's still fatigued from the match she just had. Evo's saying, let's get it on now.
This match will take place later tonight. NGW producer, his Mark Labbett, the Beast, has stated that this match must take place in our double main event. It cannot take place now.
Yeah, well, that's right.
If I can be honest with you, Dave, for 1 second, I think Rhio is getting off there, because knowing her, she would absolutely have taken this fight right now, and that would not have been a smart strategy.
Yeah, that competitive spirit could have been a problem for Rhio, who, as you say, looks like she was ready to go here. But our executive producer, Mark the Beast, to a bet, stipulating that this must be one half of our main event later on. It's a double main event tonight at Ultimate Showdown, and we now know that the women's half will be Rhio and Evo.
For the NGW Women's Championship, Lizzy Evo against Rhio.
Confirmation then. It's Rhio and Evo for the chance to make history and win that women's championship tonight.